All right, welcome back to another episode of Conversations with Jay. Of course, I got another special guest in the building. I'm gonna allow him to introduce himself.
Yo, my name FairPlay 2333. I'm a rap artist from Chicago, Illinois, and I just dropped a tape. Actually, it's called Dear Liyah. I dedicated that one to my daughter, and the mixtape before that is a full length one called No Time to Play Fair.
All right, so what made you dedicate a project to your daughter?
Cuz, man, that's my baby girl. I can't even lie, man. Like, I could be having bad times and think about her and just smile, bro. Like, sometimes when she was much younger, I used to, like, before, I used to have, like, get upset sometime, have, like, little issues where I'd be super upset. And when I'm super upset, bro, just hearing her voice instantly calm me, bro. That's like my best friend or something, bro. We so super tight. She love music. She just told me not too long ago that she loved basketball now. Like, oh, I love playing basketball. I'm not going to watch it, but I love basketball now. So it's just like, damn, all the things I've been trying to instill in her, she getting it. Like dedication, decision making, hard work. So I felt like she deserved to have something that can just live on for her forever.
It'd be crazy to me seeing the stereotypes of black men are not fathers, black men are not active in in their kids' lives. Like it'd be crazy seeing that, but I don't know any deadbeat fathers.
I don't either. I literally don't, man. All my homies take care of their kids. It's just crazy.
So how important was it for you to, walk your daughter through these steps of life?
Super important, man. And I think one thing that was even more important to me was to walk her through those steps earlier, man. A lot of things that people don't really realize is that each parent, and I'm going to just say in the world, has to parent their children differently. And what I mean by that, when I look at my daughter, right, I understand that, we come from the south side of Chicago, the west side, like lived on both sides. And most of the areas that she frequent in sometimes, they like what you would consider like bad areas or urban areas, whatever you want to call them, right? So I try to parent her to understand the environment she dealing with and where she going. But a lot of people don't parent their kids to deal with what they naturally gonna go through. So like my daughter would be like 4 or 3, and I tell her like, yo, don't let nobody kiss you. And then I'd be like, when somebody try to give you a kiss on the lips, you push their face away. Because I'm aware that people will try to prey on kids. They'll do little things and keep
To see how far they can get it.
So when my daughter was like 3, I'd be like, give me a kiss. And I fake like I'm finna kiss on her lips. And if she ain't push my face away, I said, no, you supposed to mush my face. So just that, and then just like, yo, if you hear this, you need to get away from that. If they start doing this over there, move. Because it's certain things that go on, right? We come from an area where a child not listening to their parent could be life or death for them. Come on, girl, it's time to go. You hear gunshots or something.
Facts.
But in a suburban area or a nice area, they tell their kids to listen and their kids don't listen. It's no real repercussion to it. So I think that us as just not even just urban areas, but just as black people, we should train our kids to deal with the world they in from a young age, so once they get older, it's not foreign to them. Like decision making not foreign to my daughter right now. She can literally hear a grown up situation and be like, nah, I shouldn't do that, because if I do that, I might get in trouble because this is the reason why, and I know that this is not right. And that's what I think. I think you got to raise your kids to the environment that they in, but also show and let them know that it's better ahead. You can do more. You can, that type of thing.
You know what's crazy about? Well, I truly think being a parent is probably one of the hardest things to do in the world. Because one, nobody teaches you how to be a parent. You know what I'm saying? You pick up things from your parents, your grandma, your granddaddy, people around you. You know what I'm saying? But nobody ever teaches you how to be a parent. That shit trial and error at every step of life. Yeah. And I'm learning that going through the e-learning. You feel me? Because I wasn't as hands-on with schoolwork. You know what I'm saying? I help with homework. But now it's like, that's my job.
Right.
It's to be the teacher. And I had to teach my son the other day, and I had to tell him, like, bro, it's no situation where you should feel like you failed, you did wrong, or you not confident.
Right.
I'm like, every situation you need to go into, even if you don't know what the fuck you doing, you need to go in there with confidence. The confidence is going to help you understand, okay, I may not know how to do this way, but I know how to do it some way. You got to tap into what you know to understand what you don't.
Right. I think instilling confidence in your kids mean a lot, man, because it's going to be certain things that happen in their life that they just not going to be able to get over. They not going to be good at. It's going to take a lot of hard work to get good at. And for me personally, confidence is what's carried me through some of my worst times or through some of my worst experiences. I've just been able to be like, yo, you going to come from under this. You came from under worse. Like, just that resiliency. And that's another thing I teach them, man. It's just, I don't know, bro. I don't know how other people feel about their kids, and I'm probably going to hate to say this because I may have another kid in the future, but I don't think I can love another child more than I love my daughter, and that's probably one of the biggest reasons I never had a child. I hope I don't have another girl, but if I do, and you hearing this in the future, I love you too. But right now, it's just like my daughter the only thing that I rock with. Like, when it come to, like, that, man, just a child, I just don't see – and I know it sounds crazy. I don't see how people have like 2 kids and people be like, yo, I love all my kids the same. It's impossible.
Facts.
It's impossible to love all your kids the same. You can't say it. And my daughter she got my personality. She got my temperament. She got like my athletic ability. She got like, and her music knowledge is so crazy at this age, right? And I'm going to just put you on game. Her 4 favorite songs: Kanye West, Everything I Am; Nas, I Can; Kanye West, Glory; and FairPlay 2333, I Got the City. And she actually helped me pick that song when I released it. I was like, yo, what 2 songs do you think I should drop? Should I drop this? She was like, you should drop Trampoline. That's catchy. I like that.
Trampoline.
Yeah.
Now, I don't remember exactly how I met you. I know it was through the internet, though. But what I do know and what I do remember is you started something called Slaughter Saturdays.
Yeah, Saturday.
Where you dropped a song for a year straight every Saturday.
I did 74 days straight.
74.
And that's something like you already know about the rebranding and different stuff I went through, but that's something I was just talking to somebody about last night. And I think once I start positioning myself in a more favorable light as far as like to the general public and getting that fan base built, I think I'm going to go back to that because I'm a rapping motherfucker, bro. Like,
that's what I was finna say. It take a lot for somebody to drop 74 songs. I don't know if it was in a year, you feel me?
No, it was 74 songs every weekend. So I didn't miss a weekend.
One song
either.
each weekend.
Yeah, one song
for
each
74
weekend.
weeks.
For 74 weeks. So I didn't miss nothing.
So it's 52 weeks in a year. So
yeah.
But still, that's bro. And sometimes I'll be like, bro, where the song at? You be like, man, I'm trying to decide between these 2 or 3. And I'll be like, it's crazy to just honestly have that much work. You feel me?
Yeah, like even right now. So I had met some guys and they started just trying to, he started critiquing me about my music. And I think a lot of the critiques was good critiques, right? So literally he would be like, yo, I need you to do a club song. And then I hit him a week later and I had like 5 club songs done. And then he'll be like, yo, they doing pain music, man. I need to hear some pain music out of you. And then I hit him and I had like just pain music, bro. It's just like I probably started writing when I was probably like 8. Like when I was younger, I used to express my pain through poetry type stuff.
Right.
So
soft ass.
Yeah, I wouldn't say soft, bro, because for me, I just look at that as like that's an expression of art, bro. And I know some tough people who cry all the time, bro, like super tough. So for me, I grew up around people and, I was fortunate to always follow my own mind and not try to put myself in a box of being like, yo, I'm only tough if I do this or I only look like this way, bro. I don't really care what people think about me because I know who I am. So any part of my story I can share. So when we talk about the poetry, I think that just opened my mind. And then I still stay in touch with like my music teacher from when I was like probably like 8 or 7 years old when I went to Gladstone. And he always tell me like, yo, you was cold in music when you was younger. Like I was in the play Macbeth, and I did the rapping part called the 12th Night or something like that. And that was at 8 before I even wanted to rap or knew what rap was. And I used to play the piano when I was young, but very young. But I used to play the piano off ear. Like I hear it, look at it, and play that shit. And he was just like, man, you was always very talented in music, so it's nice to see you trying to do, and not, he don't never say trying, but I say trying because I feel like it's way more for me to accomplish. But he says, nice to see you doing what you doing because you've always showed a high ability for music. And that's my daughter show that same high ability. I don't want to put no artists on blast, bro, but they song could come on and she'd be like, yo, she cannot sing. She's screaming. Turn her off now.
She get that critique from you.
Bro, yeah, because you know me, bro. I literally tell my daughter, like, nah, you're not singing too good. I don't like that. You need to practice more. But that's another thing, too, about raising your kids. Raise them with realistic expectations, bro, because a lot of times we raise our kids and we say, oh, you doing good, knowing they can do better. And they just go through life thinking they doing good when they not doing good. So that's one thing I always do to her. And she know, like when I say on my song, I never kept a secret, never told a lie, bro, I never tell my daughter a lie. Like she need to know what's going on.
I think that's important, too. I'm strongly against lying to your kids.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
You should be honest with them. And I think that opened the door for them down the road to be honest with you once they step in some bullshit.
Bro, ain't no Santa, baby.
Facts. But let me go back to the Saturday Slaughter. What made you decide that you wanted to do that?
So to be honest, I was in a flux, right? And I can't remember exactly what year I did it, but if I remember the year, I can tell you a little more better where I was in life. But I do remember that I was in a flux where I was just like, yo, I'm dropping these songs. They really not doing what I want them to do. I know I'm doing good music, etc. So I was just at a point where I was like, yo, I'm not finna keep wasting this money on studio time. I'm 100% I have my daughter by this time. So I'm just like, yo, I'm just going to record all of this. I'm going to go to the studio and record like 3 songs at once. I'm going to write them, record them, and then I'll have something to put out, blah, 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 and pick through it or whatever. So I think that was the motivation, just really showing people how good I can rap. Because I literally think like I'm one of the greatest rappers, bro, just from the standpoint of like, and it took me a while to get there. So look, I'm finna segue a sidetrack. When I first met you, I was like, when I first spoke to you, I was upset at you, right? Mm-hmm. Because I had emailed you some music.
Right.
And I wanted you to post it. And your platform at this point was popping, like hottest shit in the city. And I'm one of them people who like, I'm good at seeing, like, I'm good at being a visionary. Like, I knew what y'all had there. So I'm like, damn, let me get on here before they blow because they're going to be able to carry me with their momentum, right? So I don't know. I don't even remember what song it was. I have to look through one of my old emails. But you was like, nah, bro, that ain't it. I was like, yo, what? So I'm one of them people who things just bother me. Not like they used to, but it just festers in me. Like, yo, why would this nigga tell me that wasn't? I know I'm cold, right? So I'm just like, yo, this nigga wildin'. So now my whole point became to prove you that I can rap. Like I don't even want him to I don't want him to post me no more. I just want this nigga to know I'm cold at rapping. So now every time I'm writing shit, I'm just sending you shit like, yo, check this out, bro. Yo, check this out. And I know you probably was like, if you don't remember, but probably at the time, you probably like, why this trash-ass nigga keep sending me shit? And I know I wasn't trash at the time, but listening to my old music and my music now and being realistic, my delivery wasn't together. So what I was saying was good, but it didn't sound like it was coming from the heart.
Right.
And that's something you have to develop. Like you have to develop skills. Like you have people who rap and you can hear that passion, but they not really saying much. And you got people who saying some of the like, yo, he was homeless and that's a real story. But you like, was he really homeless? I don't feel it. So I had to discover my delivery and just that type of stuff. But that kind of put me in a space where I was just like, yo, I gotta level up on this writing and rapping because how he don't think I'm cold. I'm cold. But it was like something that pushed me. Just like, nah, I gotta just show him I'm a rapping ass nigga.
But you could have allowed that moment to, one, you could have sent hate to me. You feel me? Which I don't remember you doing.
Bruh, I definitely was like, yo, I want to see him so I can put hands on him. Because you told, like, you ain't cut, and that's why, like, not to cut your question off, but we talk a lot now, and you don't hold no punches. And I like people around me who don't hold punches because I don't hold punches a lot of times. I'm trying to get better at it in certain situations, but a lot of times I'm just going to be like, nah, man, you can't. And that's the type of person you was. So I literally, if I remember correct, you told me it was trash. You wasn't like, yo, maybe it was just that I kept emailing you. It was like, let me discourage him from emailing me because he's not as good as he think he is. So I believe you told me like, yo, it's trash. So I'm just like, yo, he wild. Like, trash, though?
But once again, you kept sending shit.
Yeah,
you
man.
Feel me? And eventually we started to grow. Because even when you was like, man, I want to drop these songs every Saturday, I was like, shit. I didn't have confidence in you keeping that up.
Right.
You feel me? But somehow you did. And shit, like you say, nah, shit, we talk a lot. We bullshit a lot. You feel me? You still ducking me on the court.
Yeah,
you feel me? But
I mean, not real
it's
life.
neither here nor there,
yeah.
you know. I don't even play 2K no more. Catch me on Madden, you feel me?
Yeah, I ain't playing that at all.
Nah, as far as an artist, like what gave you confidence that you can be an artist? You feel me? Because a lot of people nowadays, everybody a rapper.
Right.
So what gives you the confidence to know that you got this
I
shit?
just always had confidence in me, bro. Like from when I was young, no matter what I did, I felt like I was one of the best at it, or I could do it, bro. Like I literally would have moments where it'll be like I'm gonna be honest, man. If it go from hustling, playing basketball, writing, I've always just felt like, yo, I can be the best to do it. Like when me and my homies used to hustle together, bro, I always used to want to be the first one out there. I won't lie and say I always wanted to be the last one out there, but I always wanted to finish whatever type of work I had. And that was just something that I grew up and it was instilled in me to just do that. And a lot of that come from just my grandma always telling me like, yo, you gonna be great. You gonna be great. So for me, I just always wanted to prove her right. And so that's part of my drive. And, you know, coming from where we come to, you know, you go through hard times and what you start to realize is that these hard times not gonna change if you don't change them. So what you have to do is you kind of just have to be resilient. You have to keep fighting through whatever is going on in your life. So I definitely know 100% that no matter what go on, that's what drives me. Like I just want to be one of the greatest musicians ever, and I want to be able to put some of my other people on. And this, I mean, even just mentioning that, you know, I got 290 Row. He one of my artists. He rapping with me now. He from out west. Then I got Khalik. He used to go by Kid K when he was much younger, but we probably gonna change his name. And then I got like 2 other artists that I think are really dope that I'm gonna work with. But for me, mostly, it's just the drive to be great, bro. I'm just motivated to leverage my music to be able to do even greater things and dope things, not only for myself but for my people in the community.
All right, now you from out west, right?
Yeah, bro. I'm damn, I can't even think of the word. Like a fusion. Because I'm from out west and I stayed out south too, though.
Nah, I tell this story every time somebody from out west is in the building, you feel me? My listeners, they should know. Every time I'm out west, I see a car chase. A high-speed police chase, better yet.
Man, that's funny.
But I always knew, like growing up, I always looked at the west side as the smooth, hustling niggas, you feel me? The motherfuckers that's going to spend the $150 on the hat. They going to keep a Pelly. You feel me? They gonna keep some Timbs, you feel me? So out west motherfuckers was always the flyest niggas to me.
Right.
I ain't really see fly. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't even gonna shit on out south or over east. But it was a different type of swag out west. And growing up out west, I have nothing. I don't know anything about growing up out west.
Right.
You feel me? I only know about visiting my cousins out west in the summertime type shit.
Right.
But it was always a block feel, always a community feel.
Right.
That's something that I don't feel is reciprocated over east and out south.
Well, I I think to talk about that block feel of it, I think it's I think that family vibe from out west is just rooted in just like people being from the same area and claiming the same neighborhood. And I think it's like literally, I think the biggest difference is like if you from neighborhood A and neighborhood B is the same as you gonna link with them. Like you gonna know them. Like you gonna be from this area, but you also gonna link with them over there. Opposed out south, you can be this from area from 70th, but you may not really hang with this from 119th. You feel me? Mm-hmm. It may just be a few sprinkled people, but literally, bro, it be parties out west. Like they had a Jersey party. My boys gonna be throwing Jersey parties, right? And my boy Ron, like literally, he'll throw a Jersey party and people from all over out west will come. You know what I'm saying? Like people who they affiliated with, and they'll probably know about 80% of the people there. That's just how it is, bro. They just like people out west. If they rock with you out west, bro, they really rock with you. Like you gonna know people from different areas all over out west. It's hard to be like isolated out west because everything is spread out that you have to do.
Now, another thing I could say about out west is I've never went and hooped out west and didn't run into hoopers. Like, not regular hoopers, bro.
Nah,
I'm talking about you can go in the gym and you can have somebody from overseas in there hooping. Like, he making that shit look effortless. You can have the best high school players in the city in there hooping. You feel me? It's always hoopers out west.
Everywhere, bro. I remember the first time I played against Patrick Beverly, bro.
Gave you them buckets?
Nah, I was getting them buckets. I ain't gonna lie. But once he realized, like this when I realized it was different levels to hooping, right? Once he realized I could play, he turned to another level. And it was like, yo, this guy. Like, bro, like, it was literally like one of them. It was literally like he was one of them people who was just like, yo, he can play, but I don't really look at him like he can. Let me see what he can do.
Right.
And once he saw what I can do, bro, he just turned it to a whole nother level. And so when you talk about the hoopers, bro, it's definitely the best hoopers come from there. But I think it's better structure out south, and that's why more south side hoopers make it than west side hoopers because they had that structure, they had that isolation. They can be groomed. They can start off at Beasley, and then they can go. You know, if you're going to Beasley and you make a name, you know you're going to Simeon. You know from Simeon you're going anywhere you want to go.
Right.
And then from there you going to the NBA.
Now you hoop. You feel me? You played organized basketball.
Yeah. I played like 1.5 years of college too before I dropped out of college. So
how was it taking? Because it's a difference. Like people don't understand. It's a difference from elementary school to high school, from high school to college. Like that's different levels of hooping.
I wasn't really that good in elementary. I was just big, so I just like rebound and made free throws, and then like that drive just to be better than everybody else. Cause like literally, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like in my hood, Saints out west, bro, it's literally like we'll come out at like 12 o'clock and be hooping to like 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. So a lot of people didn't work out to like go to school or go to college. Niggas was hooping to be able to say, yo, I killed you. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? To be able to talk like that in the hood. So literally everywhere we would go, I would just want to be the man. That's the only reason I really hooped, because I just wanted to be the man and hooping. So like, I was known for getting buckets, bro. I was known for being a gun too, but I was known for getting buckets, bro. That's all I wanted to do was get buckets. Like anywhere I'm going to score, anywhere you take me, like, bro, you drop me anywhere in the world, I can score a bucket. I'm going to be able to give you 30. I don't know. Probably be able to do that till I'm about like 60.
Now, what would you say is one of the greatest lessons you learned from basketball that you incorporate into your life today?
Resiliency and like having that mental fortitude. You feel me? And I think one of the biggest things you can always look for when you look to sports, I think every child should play sports because sports puts you in pressure situations that you can't simulate. You feel me? Like in real life, you can't simulate a pressure situation. Like it's literally like we've had these type of talks, right? Like You don't know what you gonna do when somebody pull a gun on you until they pull a gun on you. Like, you could say you go do whatever you gonna do, but until it happens, you don't know. Right. And I think sports help simulate those situations of pressure where you can kind of be like, yo, I made it through that. It was 3 seconds left on the clock. We was down 1, and I hit a 3, and we won. Oh, I can do anything. And you start translating that to other things. So I think just that mental toughness, no matter – like, I was literally always that player. If we was down 5, down 10, 1 minute left, 2 minutes left, I'm always telling people, yo, we can come back. We good. And we've came, like, a lot of times when we was shorties. Like, I'm talking about I was one of the worst three-point shooters, especially back then because everybody went to the hole. Right. But I'm talking about end of the game. Give me the ball. I'm finna take us home. I'm talking about they give me the ball, I hit the 3. I told y'all, like, I'm one of them guys. Like, yo, I told y'all we was finna go home. I've been hitting game winners all my life, bro.
So the basketball basically gave you confidence, and you carry that confidence with you to this day, no matter what you're doing.
Yeah, I don't think basketball gave me the confidence. I think that understanding that if I'm prepared for what I need to be prepared for, that what I do is I talk a good game, and I'm also aware that you got to back it up. So I think that pushed me that much more. That's how I look at it. I don't think basketball really gave me that. I don't think it gave me the confidence. I think it gave me the work ethic that translated to confidence.
All right, now, eventually you migrate out of Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Where do you land?
Florida.
Why Florida?
Because, man, I felt like it was a good change of place. I mean, not to get too deep into it because, you know, my daughter, she'll watch this one day. But I wanted to make a different move that would help better myself and, like, help better her. And you know how that go, man. So, for me, I think that was a good move. It definitely turned out to be a good move. Definitely did. Because, I mean, I've made strides since I've been out there that I wouldn't make in the city. Because I tell people this all the time, man. They be like, yo, why people want to leave and go to Atlanta or leave and go to Orlando? It's the same stuff here, there. And I'm like, no, it's not the same stuff. Because when you leave, you don't have those same distractions. You don't have those same affiliations. So, literally, you can go down there and be different from what you was in another state. Like, you still gonna have your same core values, but what I mean, like, a guy who was probably getting in trouble for gang banging in Chicago can go to Atlanta who don't have that same type of gang scene, even though they do have gangs, right? But they don't necessarily have to pick a side or be in the middle of it. They can go down there and just be the cool guy from the streets that just hang out, get money, do what he do, and he just chill, opposed to having to, like, once you up here, like I always tell people, when you come back here, you have to put your mind back into that mind frame of being in the city. Like, you live out in the suburbs, but once you come into the city, you got to put your mind back into, like, you growing up on the east side again. Yo, who was that in that car? Yo, why is they pulling up slow? Where he from? Like, so I think it's just different, bro.
All right, so you just dropped the mixtape, Dear Liyah, right? Yeah. All right, so where can the people find that? Where can the people stay in tune with you? And anything you want to say before we get out of here?
First of all, they can just follow me on Instagram, FairPlay, FairPlay _2333. And then you can find the mixtape on all platforms. Just type in FairPlay, one word, and then space 2333, and everything will pop up. And I think if I was just to give any type of advice, it would just be like not to give up, man. And I think it's other things that will be breaking news in the future, right? But I think one thing is that a lot of people may look at something they do and be like, yo, I'm great at this. I got to make it at this. I got to make it at this. And you may be meant to be great with using your words, but it may not be rap. It may not be right. You may supposed to be a ghostwriter. You may supposed to be a podcaster. You may supposed to write slogans. You never know. So I think the best thing I can tell people is just try not to box yourself into one thing, and don't be afraid to make lateral movement in the same field in order to get to the same goal. Because sometimes you just stagnate yourself just saying, I'm only going to do this. I'm only willing to be a rapper in order to get my words heard. Because you might be able to write a book and get your words heard. You still getting it across. You still using your words to get your point across. You still telling your story, but it's just no music in the background. Or maybe you may get a new innovative way to make books, audio books, that may take you to the next level. At the end of the day, just be about creating opportunities and taking yourself to the same level, but keeping your integrity.
Okay, I want to say I appreciate you for pulling up. You feel me? You jumped a couple state lines to get here. You feel me? You hear me say, hey, I'm in the city. We set this up. So once again, I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
I just want you to know that.
You already know how we rocking, man. We done had so many talks about different business things moving forward and just future things. Like I said, I appreciate the way that when we talk, it's never a what do FairPlay want to hear me say and let me reiterate that to him. There's plenty of times you done just hit me and been like, nah, bro, I don't think that's the move. Like, I don't think you should be doing that. And I like that. I like when people tell me, like, I'm making, because if don't nobody hold you accountable, sometimes you may just be stuck in being a jerk. And if don't nobody hold you accountable for being a jerk, you can't make the necessary adjustments to be less of a jerk or to be more likable so you can make those next steps in your life.
Right. Oh, I thought you had more. I thought you was finna get on your prolific shit. You feel
that
me?
was prolific, definitely, man. But I had to stop it right there because I feel like I didn't want to overstate that one.
All right, man. This has been.
And read a book. That's what I want people to do, man. Read some books, bro. And I would say I had to put Jay on this book. 50 Cent, Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter. I'm gonna tell you, The Prince by Machiavelli, and Mike Tyson trainer got a book out, and I cannot remember the name of it, and I don't want to stall an interview by looking it up. But Costa Mata, just look his book up.
There you go. And this has been another episode of Conversation with Jay.